solutions, the focus is always on business. That's what they need to talk about, and they want to see the relevance of what we could offer them for the demands that they have in their own industry. The other big challenges that we have, and I'm sure this is really quite common across, is the users themselves. We're programming for a very different sort of person than we were programming for 3 or 4 years ago. They really don't have the time to attend events. The real men don't train profile is becoming more and more prevalent. That's not seen as the way to advance in your company. It's certainly not seen as the way to hit your business targets. Capability development is the mantra in almost all companies that we go into, as opposed to training and human resource development. So it isn't just a change of terminology. What I'm presenting here is that it's a real change in culture, a change in values, and a change in thinking on the parts of the people that are commissioning the solutions. So what are some of the key business challenges? And Jay hit on a number of these in his presentation. How can we narrow the gap between the learning and the doing? How can we utilize our collective knowledge better? This is from the point of view of the industry. How do we tailor knowledge to different audience groups? In other words, how can you create a title and let it work for 3 or 4 different audience groups? How do you version it? How do you make it personal to the needs of the different levels of people that are going to have to access it? How do we nurture communities of experts? This is the informal learning that Jay was speaking about, the learning that exists in the experience, the hearts and the minds of the people in the company. How can we facilitate collaborative learning and collaborative working? And how do we make sure our learning has a business impact? The issue of measurement has always been a problem for the learning industry, and yet the marketing industry doesn't seem to have that problem. They know exactly how to justify their rather large marketing budgets. So one of the challenges that I'm just putting forth today is, why don't we do that? And how could we maximize the investment on our knowledge? This is what companies are really looking to achieve. They've invested an awful lot in different sorts of knowledge, and the issue is, how do you make the most of it? Silos. A lot of organizations are still keeping these things completely in separate silos. Their courses might be in the HR department, the business processes may be coming out of operations, expert visits might be a completely different program, industry conferences people are attending. How do you get that content into a portal that's connected to all the other learning activities? Scheduled meetings and TCs. I don't know about you, but my diary is full of TCs. I never have a chance to meet anybody face to face these days. So how do you capture and